saw that. Listen, in this video today, we're going to be playtesting the Kitt Kanto Mayhem Diva Precon. This is literally the exact Precon. There is nothing changed at all. I just got finished sleeving it. Just keep in mind that the Obscura Precon, the Riveteer Precon, and the Anhelo Precon, the Maestro Precon, are all on the channel as well. If you want to watch those playtesting, all those videos are in just on the list of videos that we have on the channel. We have almost 200 videos on the channel up to this point, so there's plenty for you to watch. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. When we get to 1,000 subscriptions on this channel, which may happen in the next couple months, my life is literally going to change dramatically. So it may seem like something so simple for you just to hit subscribe, but it will literally dramatically change the course of my life once we get to 1,000 subscribers. So I would genuinely appreciate it if you could do that. And yeah, just hit like and comment. What's up, Lewis? And we're gonna see what we got over here. So got the music going. This is kind of intense, and let's see what we got. So we're gonna start with our opening hand. I just got finished shuffling the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right now, everyone watching this, even if you're watching this after the fact, you are a judge. So we are judging this, and at the end of this playtest, we are going to say whether this is a good or a decent or a bad precon. So we have one land in our opening hand. So we're gonna have to mulligan this hand. This is the exact opposite of what happened yesterday. Lewis, I hope you're having a good day, man. Thanks for being back. How is that possible with 39 lands? Yo, I don't know. Charlie, what's good? We're going to Philly, man. Oh, just so everyone is aware, they're having a Command Fest in Philadelphia, and we're going to be going as a community over to Command Fest in Philly, playing some Commander, just so you're aware. So if Philly is a reasonable distance to you, it's June 24th. 25th and 26th playing Commander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We gonna be chilling, dude. It's gonna be amazing. All right, let me grab these cards. Let's get this to focus. Okay. So we have a Cabaretti Charm, 1 land, 2 lands, Sandworm Convergence, Forest. I mean, does this put lands into play? Ace Man, thank you for subscribing. You're literally, guys, we're almost at 500 subs, guys. This is crazy. All right, guys, I think I have to mulligan this hand. I have an 8 drop, a 5 drop, and 4 lands. And I mean, turn 3, technically I could play this to put 2 tokens into play. We're just gonna play this because I just don't wanna mulligan again. Yeah, that's a good question, Lewis. Where are the ramp spells? Alright, we're gonna draw. We got a Life of the Party. Let's go. Life of the Party in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For Command Fest. Alright, so that's gonna happen. Does this enter the battlefield tapped? We're gonna go ahead and we need a mountain in play. So I'm gonna play a Cabaretti Courtyard. Let's see, we're gonna gain 1 life off of this. This is gonna sacrifice, and I'm gonna go find a mountain and put that into play tapped and pass the turn. And then I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle this on camera so you guys know it's legit. And then I'm gonna move that right there. And now we're going to untap, draw for turn, Awakening Zone. I kind of like this. This card is great in Marin. So we're gonna have that. We will play. Technically, I just have a turn where nothing happens, so I'm gonna play this Castle Ardenvale. Actually, do we do that, or do we hide away with this? Because this has to enter the battlefield tapped. This may enter the battlefield tapped. So we're gonna play a Wind Brisk Heights. Hideaway for 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna look. I think in this instance, we exile. What do we have to do? It says that you play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you attacked with 3 or more creatures this turn. I think I would rather have... Do we want to ramp when we do that, or put this creature into play when we do that? I think we go with this. So that's gonna go there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put these in the bottom of the library. And then we're going to pass a turn. We'll untap. We will draw for turn. We have a March of the Multitudes, another 17 drop. And then we're going to play this Forest. So in this instance right now, we could either play the Awakening Zone, so that next turn we get a 0/1, or we can, on our opponent's end step, get 2 1/1s, which doesn't seem like the most powerful play that ever existed. But when it does give us 2 creatures, so we could activate Kitt Kanto on the next combat. As long as we draw another land. So we're just gonna do that. I'm gonna pass the turn here. And then we'll tap 1, 2, 3. And let me grab some of these do we have humans? Humans. 1 human. Okay. Well, we're gonna have 2 humans. So we cast a Cabaretti Charm. We have 2 1/1 humans in play. And then we're gonna go ahead and pass a turn. Or it's gonna be our turn. And then we will draw Sizzling Soloist. So that's unfortunate because we have to play this tap land, so we're not gonna be able to play Kitt Kanto on this turn. So we'll play the Castle Ardenvale tapped. It says we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lands. It says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn. So this is... We need to set this up. And we only have 3 mana right now. So the only card we can play is the Awakening Zone. So we just do that because this is a Precon. So we'll tap 3, we'll play the Awakening Zone. And then we will pass a turn there. And then we're gonna go ahead and... We're probably taking a ton of damage at this point, honestly, and we're not blocking. Because we have to keep our creatures. Then we'll untap. And then we will draw Mountain. So we play our land. I think right here we get Fancy. And I think that technically we're supposed to create our Eldrazi Scion thing, which exists somewhere, unless it's over here. Yeah, that's it. So we'll put that there. So I have another human here somewhere. Citizen, we can do that. And then, so actually I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Oh. I think, guys, we're gonna wipe the board right now. I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna cast a Fell the Mighty and destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. And we're actually gonna choose the Citizen. So everything with power greater than 1 is destroyed. So that should have taken out a good amount of creatures. We'll go ahead and pass a turn there. And then, let's say our opponent casts a removal spell on our Awakening Zone. So this goes away. And then we will pass a turn. We will draw into another forest. Okay. Forest, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Okay, so I think in this situation, I can go 1, 2, 3, and then hold up. Yeah, we can do that. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And we'll play Kitt Kanto. Now, when Kitt Kanto enters the battlefield, we get a 1/1 citizen. So we're just gonna say that that's our citizen. And then we'll go to combat, and then beginning of combat, we can tap 2 untapped creatures we control. So the Scion, and then this creature, this 1/1. And then one of our opponent's creatures is going to get +2/+2 and gain trample, and it's goaded. On each player's turn, we can activate that ability. Can I tap Kitt Kanto, or can I tap, does it have to be, says, you may tap 2 untapped creatures, so it can be Kitt Kanto. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. And let me just make sure the camera is focusing. And then we'll go with that. We'll pass the turn there. So right now we're not taking damage. Somebody else is going to be taking damage. And then the beginning of the next combat, we'll tap down these 2 creatures over here. So something else gets +2/+2 and it's goaded. Or technically, we could choose the same creature so it has +4/+4. And it's double goaded. It has trample. So then that can happen. We're controlling what's going on over here. We go back to our turn. We will untap. You know what would be cool? And let me know what you guys think. What I'm already imagining of how I want to build this. There should be something that's taxing my opponents while this is happening. So something should be happening where my opponents are casually losing life over time while I'm here just tapping down 1/1s and goading creatures, not taking damage, forcing people to lose life. Like, what is a way that we can put creatures on the board that's going to cause them to lose life at a pace that is slower, or have them do things that's going to cause them to lose life? How do we do that? There should be like a, what's that word? Aristocrats? Not necessarily aristocrats, because that generally has to do with like sacrificing creatures and stuff. I think what's a way we can make this deck more taxing? That's the question of the day. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can put a comment under the comment section below. We're gonna go ahead and play this land. So technically, we could go to combat right now, and then we could activate the card that we have hidden away, which is a creature. We could do that. Or I'm thinking that we could be aggressive with the life of the party right now. Life of the party says it gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. When life of the party enters the battlefield, if it's not a token, each opponent creates a token that's a copy of it. Oh. So they're all goated. I mean, that sounds cool. I mean, I don't know if it's not gonna win me a game or anything, but I mean, technically it might win me a game. It's first strike, trample, haste. Oh, it has first strike. Ooh, this is kind of a pretty decent card right here, guys. I'm gonna be honest. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna play a life of the party. And then we're gonna go to combat, and we're gonna attack the player that we goaded their creature. So life of the party is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The witty. You talk about this card right here? Oh. Oh, you're saying that would be a decent card to have inside this deck, I would imagine. The Witty Roastmaster. That I probably have that card somewhere. If it's not already in the deck, I know I opened up a box, which you can find on in the channel. So I think what we do here is we go to combat. This has first strike, trample, haste. We're just gonna attack the player who's tapped down with 1, 2, 3 creatures. We would have tapped these 2 down to force to goad the same creature, and then we're gonna tap white and then tap this to cast this for free. We get a Rumor Gatherer. And then it says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, we scry 1. If it's the second time, we draw a card. And then we pass a turn there. And then it'll be our opponent's combat. And then we'll tap down these 2 creatures to goad another creature. Guys, this is actually pretty fun. I'm gonna be pretty honest. This deck is doing a pretty good job of putting creatures into play. And I mean, they're 1/1 creatures, so like people are not gonna cast removal on your 1/1s. So you're generally going to have a good amount of creatures in play to tap down and goad your opponent's creatures. I think that this is actually pretty fun. I'm having fun right now. 100 proxy cards coming in on Monday. Nice, dude. Yeah, I think you're 100% right, Ace. I think that pinging strategy might be the way to go. So yeah, that happens. So they're goaded again. Let's say somebody wipes the board right now. So we're gonna lose everything. We'll do this board wipe and then we'll try to rebuild our board state, and then that's how we'll end the video. So we're gonna rebuild the board state after this one time, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and untap. We have drawn, we draw into a plains, we play our plains. So in this situation, I think a great card to play right now would be the Sandworm Convergence. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Literally exactly 8 mana. So we tap 8. We play the Sandworm Convergence. Creatures with flying can't attack us, and we create a 5/5 token at our end step. So we're gonna go ahead and grab one of these worm tokens. It should exist here. There it is. So now we have a 5/5 worm. We pass the turn. We'll say our opponent removed our enchantment earlier, so nobody has enchantment removal right now. And then we will untap. We will draw Path of Ancestry. Well, this will obviously enter the battlefield tapped. We're gonna go ahead and I think, how much is Kitt Kanto? 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be 6. So I can't get down the soloist and Kitt Kanto on the same turn. It says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature an opponent controls can't block. So essentially, we could kind of goad in a sense. Or we can get down Kitt Kanto and literally goad. I think we play Kitt Kanto here. Like, Kitt Kanto feels like a good play here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We Kitt Kanto, enters the battlefield. We get... That's when you know you have a decent commander, is when the commander feels good to play. There were times when I was playing that Henzi Precon and I was like, I don't even want to play Henzi right now. In the Precon, you know, obviously if you build the deck your own way, it would be a lot better than what the Precon was, but that was just the experience. So Kitt Kanto's in play. Now I can go to combat. I'm gonna attack with my 5/5. And then I'm gonna have, I'm just gonna pass the turn there. And then when the turn passes, I'm actually gonna create another one of these worms. So I'm just gonna leave this Eldrazi here like this. And then during my opponent's combat, I'll tap these 2 over here to goad another creature, so they're forced to attack. And then we will just pass the turn. So I have 10 power on the board with my 2 creatures right there that can attack this turn. We will untap Path to Exile. Wow. Let's just say we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We play the Sizzling Soloist, which is going to force one of our creatures' opponents to not be able to block. And then technically I could go, wait, how much mana we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Technically I could go 1, 2, 3 and then 4, 5. Convoke the March of the Multitudes. March of the Multitude, which is attacks its controller if able. Oh wow. So I could make 2 1/1 tokens to force 2 creatures not be able to block, and then I could deal 5, 10, 13, 14 damage to somebody and still have a 5/5 blocker left over. And then if somebody removed this board in an imaginary setting, I would be left with a Path to Exile. And let's say I lost that enchantment as well. I would be left with a Rose Room Treasurer. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a treasure token. X damage. This is a pretty decent card to build around. So like if the board got wiped, we would tap 4, we would play this, pass a turn, play Kitt Kanto, we would have drawn into a plains, but at least I would have had Kitt Kanto, 3 creatures, and like decent power. So like, we're gonna end the playtest there. I'm gonna say that this Precon is honestly wow. This is like a complete flip around, because during the reviews for this Precon, I was like, I don't know if I'm really gonna like this. I'm imagining playing against an imaginary person right now, guys. I'm being the biggest Magic the Gathering nerd of all time. But I actually legitimately had fun playing Kitt Kanto. I like the idea of having the fact that Kitt Kanto enters the battlefield with a token, which means that you're able to activate Kitt Kanto's ability immediately on your combat or another player's combat. I think that this deck just would benefit from, I don't know, just getting more 1/1 creatures. 1/1 creatures feel good inside this deck, just because who's gonna cast removal on your 1/1 creatures, guys? Like, who's gonna do that? Nobody. And I think if I can get like some spells that will target creature gains indestructible, target creature gains hexproof, that way you can keep Kitt Kanto alive, because people are just gonna keep targeting Kitt Kanto with removal, and then you're just left with a bunch of 1/1s. I think that that would be a nice way to protect Kitt Kanto, so that you can build around a pinging strategy. So at some point in the future, we're gonna be building this commander deck on stream, and we're gonna be playing a pinging style control with a bunch of really weak creatures to just force everyone to, you know, take damage and have fun watching everyone deal damage to each other. And then in the future, hopefully we can get games on the channel. And then, War's Toll is a really good suggestion. I actually have a couple copies of that card. You're 100% correct. That War's Toll is a great choice. And yeah, unfortunately, Ace, that Henzi Precon does seem like it's the one that's the most. It's like a landfall deck. It's like that Henzi Precon is like 3 commander decks combined into one. So that's the Kitt Kanto Precon. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab the Perry Precon, because that is the Precon we are going to be just opening up next, and that's the one that we're going to be playing next on stream. And then that's it. Those are the 5 Precons that they released. Hopefully this was the one time they released 5 Precons, so I don't have to go out and get 5 Precons again. I very much appreciate when it's only 2. That way, you know, we're not bombarded with. Let's be grateful. I'll be grateful. I'll change my mind. It should be 5 Precons every time. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the that Precon. So I will be right back.